Welcome, Gypsy Souls. Welcome to day 10 of Vlogmas. Now, I'm going to read a quote to get us started on this video. This is a quote that says, "Dare to love yourself as if you were a rainbow with gold at both ends." A rainbow, both ends gold. And that quote is by an author and poet, and I'm going to slaughter the name, so I'll just spell it out real quick. The name is Aberjhani. I'm not going to even try to say it. So this is the introductory to day 10. I'll see you on the side. And now I'm going to proceed with another quote. When you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy. By Rumi. Now, this whole month I'm talking about finding or keeping joy. Well, how does one actually find joy or keep joy in their heart if they are in the midst of a crisis, a bad relationship, abusive relationships? How do you find joys in those circumstances when you have just lost a loved one? For any reason, whether it's a crime, whether it's health issues and you lost somebody due to that, or a traffic accident, or any number of reasons. How do you find joy when your heart is breaking? It's really tough because we're all human and we all make mistakes and we all learn from things. We learn from life itself. So I want to bring this down personal here. How do we find joy? How do you find joy if you're stuck in a bad situation? And you're sitting here trying to climb right out of this bad situation, but you don't know how to get out in the moment. So how do you find joy in those circumstances? Well, I tell you one thing. You have to have a higher power, and you have to cling to the idea of hope that you will get out one of these days soon. And it's really tough because sometimes you're in a dire situation and it takes immediate action, and sometimes you feel paralyzed when you're in a bad situation. I was in a bad situation at one time, not very long ago. Roughly about 3 years ago, I got out of a situation that was a bad situation. So, how does one cope with when you're laying in bed next to someone and they profess to love you, then they turn right around and in the next breath they speak these words? You must have somebody on the side. And you look, what the hell? Why would you say something like that to me? I go to work, I come home, I go out with my sister. My sister and I used to go to poetry reading nights called open mics. And this man I was laying next to tells me I must have someone else on the side. Then when I say, I'm not cheating on you, he then says, well, I never said you were cheating. You see the freaky way he backed out of it? Gaslighting. Word salads. Oh yeah. We had already started having problems in the relationship before that time. But a year prior to us actually splitting up, he tells me I need to call his mother. And for about a week he kept on to me, you need to call my mother. So one night I did. Shoot the breeze, 5-10 minutes into the conversation, she says, you need to stop beating him. Oh yeah, she said that to me. And right away I knew, my heart sank, because I knew what he had done. He had played me as the abuser, and he was the poor, innocent little victim. And nothing I could say could change that woman's heart or what she believed. Nothing could change it. I couldn't say anything. Basically, I just said, you know, your goodbyes on the telephone. And that was the last time I spoke to his mother. And it broke my heart. It really did. Because I knew there's nothing I could say to combat that. She believed what she believed. And she believed that her son was 100% innocent of all the things that he did behind closed doors. There hence came the unraveling. You know what I did, trying to make him realize that I didn't want to be in a relationship with him anymore? I broke up with him before he moved out. You know how dangerous that can be sometimes? I was sleeping in the other room while he took over the bedroom. My bedroom. Yeah. And on the night that I finally got him out of the house because he would not move out, and I had to save up money to get a deposit saved up just so I could move out from underneath him because he would not move out. He refused. I was financially strapped. And he knew it. And he played that against me. How do you find joy in circumstances such as that? It was quite devastating. And yet, nobody knew at work that I was going through this. Nobody knew. I kept it hidden. No one knew the heartache I was experiencing at home. No one knew a thing. No one knew that in the months leading up to our split he was holding me down on the bed, forcefully, physically. I couldn't get out from underneath of him. Not that he was a big man, but he was stronger than I was. had to almost give up and quit fighting back so that he would release me. Now, isn't that physical abuse? Yeah, holding someone down on the bed against their will, that's physical abuse. After a few of those times, it happened more than once. Because of the tussle on the bed and me fighting back, trying to get out from under him, my chest, the muscles in my chest, hurt so bad. I would wince in pain and tears would come to my eyes at work while I was trying to do my job at work. And I kept it hidden from everybody because part of me was ashamed that this was happening to me. Yeah, I felt ashamed that this could possibly happen to me. So how does one feel joy, find joy in circumstances such as that? I wasn't feeling too much joy there. I really wasn't. And this stuff is real. This isn't stuff that I just made up out of my head. It's real. No one knew except for me and him. And all the while, his mom thought that I was abusing him because during some of our scuffles, he broke his glasses and got a little divot on his nose or whatever because of our scrappling on the bed. Him trying to force himself onto me. Yeah, can a boyfriend or a live-in boyfriend attempt to rape you? Yes. He did that. He thought he could have his way with me. And tried to force himself on me. And I'm laying on my back on the bed kicking at him. Trying to keep him off of me. That's attempted rape. And you know why? He was on top of me, trying to force himself on me. And I screamed at the top of my lungs for him to get off of me and to stop. You know what? The only reason he stopped was because I screamed and it pissed him off. He cared more about the neighbors out our bedroom window, what they might think. And he didn't want the cops to be called because he didn't want to look bad. That's why he stopped. But was that attempted rape? Yes, it was attempted rape. Just because you're with somebody or live with somebody, if they don't stop when you tell them no, that's attempted rape. Right there. Plain and simple. The only reason he stopped was because he cared too much about what the neighbors might think. Yeah. That happened to me. So, how do you find joy? Well, I got a breath of fresh air that night. He was taken out in handcuffs because he was banging on the bathroom door and would not give me any privacy. And I got scared he was going to beat the door down, so I called 911. And in the state of Washington, they take those kind of calls pretty serious. And I felt stupid for calling 911. I really did. And I didn't know that he wasn't going to be allowed back. I thought that like the next day or two, he'd be back in the house. I honestly thought that. I didn't have no idea how the system worked. But that's how I got him out. And I didn't pre-plan that. I didn't come home that day after work and plan to call the cops on him. No. He started that because he got all pissed off. I didn't cause it. I didn't say a word to him. And he just gets real pissy. Yeah, that's what happens. And he was also an alcoholic, which caused problems in our relationship. Yeah. So yeah, I've been there. I've been in some scary situations. I've been in some heartbreaking situations. But I'm here. And I'm in the midst of finding and keeping my joy alive. Now, here's another quote to keep in mind. To get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with, by Mark Twain. Now, someone to divide it with is basically, could be anyone. It could be a spouse, it could be a child, it could be a dog, it could be, it could be, a good friend. It could be anybody that you show love to. Any other human being that you show love to, you're dividing your love with that other person. And I think to bring humanity back into what we do is to be able to get out of our own space and give back to society, give back to another human being. That gives us joy. That's one thing that gives us joy. Now, coming back to my first quote, dare to love yourself as if you were a rainbow with gold at both ends. Learning to love ourselves in our own humanity with our own faults and shortcomings is something that we all need to do in order to be able to give to other people. So that is my message for today, is being able to love ourselves so that we can love other people, because you can't find joy and give of yourself to other people with an empty vessel. And there were times when I was an empty vessel and I had to fill my vessel up by loving myself. So that, I'm going to end with that, and I'll see you on the next video.